Welcome back to Dragon Age, Veilguard, where last time we did a whole bunch of companion quests. We went to a pub with Lucanus and to meet with Viago and Taya, our pro contacts, to discuss what's going on with Katarina and Ilario, as apparently I want to say a ring, like the crows found a ring in basically the trash of House de la Morte, which is like Lucanus's and Ilario's, Katarina's family house. A ring that belonged to Katarina, the first Talon, indicating that she is being held captive there by Ilario. And Lucanus is kind of torn on what to do. Does he, prioritize saving Katarina or, taking revenge on Ilario? As Spite, the demon, kind of drags us into Lucanus's mental space to help him make a fucking decision. We find in his mental Alice is the ossuary where he was being imprisoned, that we found him in initially. So we kind of wander through it, kind of facing Lucanus's inner fears and whatnot. As we come across a spirit kind of taking the form of Katarina, and Harding as well as Nev and stuff, kind of having to convince, as they're kind of different aspects of Lucanus's psyche. You kind of have to convince, hey man, we're on the right track. Let's work together to save Katarina. We eventually just kind of confront Lucanus as it's basically one big old mental therapy session for Lucanus. Lad's traumatized, doesn't know what to do, and is afraid that if he kind of shares custody of his body with the demon possessing him, Spite, that he'll lose himself. But we tell him hey, you gotta the demons inside of you. You gotta work with it to overcome it. So think of a singular goal that both Lucanus and Spite can focus on. It's kind of some harmony in himself. We kind of guide him to focus on saving Katarina. We're brought back out of Lucanus's mental prison as apparently Viago and Taya have just been watching us stare blankly at them for a couple of seconds. And they're like, y'all good? And we're like, yeah, we're good. We're gonna save Katarina. But we gotta do more scouting first, basically. Not right now. Then, after that, we went to Docktown to have a little talk with Nev on the beach, as she is kind of trying to figure out how to find Aelia, her nemesis, that is controlling, puppeteering people in Docktown, specifically the threads, and whatnot. We we're at like the docks. We gather some stones and just kind of start skipping them as we're talking. And Nev is eventually like, oh wait, shit. Alia would have been like present at the scene when they were controlling, or when she was controlling that leader of the Threads guy. So we gotta go back to that, and we're like, all right, sure. Can't believe skipping rocks helped you with this. There was that. We had a little discussion, a little follow-up discussion with Lucanus on his mission. Kind of pointing out, it's like interesting that Nev was kind of in your headspace. What's that about? And he was like, nothing. But do you think Nev would like this cake or something? I'm like, I'm sure she would love it. So yeah, there's a ship going on right there. What else? We went to Deep Roads with Harding again, in search of some missing dwarves, including Stalgard from Kalsharok. Yeah, kind of fighting our way through some undead and the like. Or rather, we start off in like this mountaintop stronghold, I guess, structure, which, like, out the windows you can kind of see like this dead titan kind of grown into, or I guess like fused into the mountainside. Yeah, we find a way into like the Deep Roads. We fight through some undead and uncover a bunch of several dwarves that are kind of stuck in red lyrium. But the red lyrium is different than the usual red lyrium that we've encountered. The usual red lyrium from like the previous games has been like severely blighted, but this stuff ain't blighted. It's just angry. Like the lyrium is angry. Yeah, we keep finding these dwarves as we explore further that are encased in this red lyrium until eventually we find Stalgard, who warns us against continuing forward. Yeah. Eventually we're like, nah, we're gonna continue forward, as the entity that had been basically encasing them in red lyrium was further beyond. Yeah, we come to the heart of the Titan of the mountain, and like, you know, the red lyrium is like its veins basically. Lyrium is Titan blood. As a lyrium made construct that looks like Lace Harding kind of confronts her, as it turns out that Harding has really been struggling with the fact that we learned about what happened to the Titans, and that how they were kind of like genocided by the elves way back when, specifically like the Evanuras, in their bid for power, the anguish that the Titans felt eventually coalesced and led to the Blights, or like the creation of the Blight, which the Evanuras are now kind of using willy-nilly. So Harding has been absolutely seething about that, and that manifest when she awakened her powers. That kind of manifested, like her anger kind of manifested into a separate entity, made out of lyrium. Yeah, she confronted it. We meanwhile had to kind of fight stuff, as we had to kind of. By the end, after that fight, we had to kind of like talk Lace down from his fully embracing the anger, and like, you know, putting that anger towards good. to remember her compassion. Um, yeah, we have now completed Harding's questline. Yippee. Um, what else? We then went to like a little short side quest in Docktown. This actually would have been after Nev's quest, where we just kind of went to the docks. There were a bunch of mercenaries there for some reason, as well as Venatori. Forgot their name for a second. Which, after fighting off a few waves of them, found that the ships on the docks kind of had a bunch of slave cages. So we went in there, released a dude, kind of guy pointing us to like the nearby warehouse for where others were being held, or like hints of where they went. So we went in there. There were a bunch of notes that then eventually led us to like the same beach that we gathered rocks on with Nev to skip stones with. Bought some more Venatori and freed some more slaves, or like captives. And there was that. So, anyways, then we went to Arlathon Forest, as we had two companion quests there, Tosh's and Davrin's. Tosh's was slaying a dragon, hunting down a, what was it, like fire scorcher or something, which had been agitated by something, as we learned later on Tom. And but we learned basically that the Antom were here in order to capture and or kill Tosh, and bring her to someone known as the Dragon King, which everybody agrees is a stupid ass name. But yeah, they kind of agitated the fire scorcher and kind of led it to attack a village, which is why we're hunting down the dragon. But yeah, we then hunted down the dragon after getting rid of the Antom. And pretty easy fight because I'm over leveled. And yeah, then Tosh had like a little follow-up where she invited her mother to the lighthouse, and there was kind of like a little terse talk between her and Rook, basically to the amount of Tasha's mother tells us that we're a bad influence, basically. Tosh comes in with like dinner and kind of like comes out of the closet on being non-binary, and their mother doesn't really take it well, and yeah, or really doesn't really understand, and excuses herself and leaves, and Tosh is understandably frustrated. So that was that. Then we did Davrin's quest, which we meet an elven man in Arlathon Forest called Eldrin, Uncle Eldrin to Davrin, as he helped raise Davrin when he was young, and kind of trained him as well, not in the ways of fighting, but like, you know, in Dalish stuff. Herding Hala. We learned that, like, you know, when he was a kid, he would like sing to the Hala. Cute. Eldrin is surprised to see that he has a pet griffin now, but encourages it. And like, yep, that's that young boy that sung to Hala. Good with animals. That kid. So yeah, we're basically tasked with finding and feeding some Hala in the forest. And yeah, we kind of go around collecting stuff that Hala eat, and eventually come to a little spot where we leave the food at, and wait until like a very malnourished Hala kind of arrives and kind of collapses in front of the food, and then Azan kind of goes up to it and kind of gives it some more food to eat. And Davern is kind of, meanwhile, like watching over that scene, like Rook and Davern were like kind of worried that he was about to eat the Hala. But no, Hassan is a good boy. Fed the Hala instead. And then we return to Eldrin, tell him what happened, and he's like, "Yeah, cool, that's nice." I think that was it. We continue, or remember anything? Say it. We're now done with all of our companion quests. So we do this quest and find out that there's more. Probably. Necromancer. Okay. Oh, and I also got this armor now. The silly dwarf armor. That's the most important thing that happened last time, really. Silly dwarven muscle armor.
Nothing but top shelf stuff over here.
It's so close.
Have a good fight.
Notice from Isabella. Hello, kittens. We've had word of ship getting attacked by a dragon, a big one, maybe even Kataranda herself, just off the coast. Keep an eye out for survivors. And if one of them is that Athelred, tell him to get back here so I can give him a mild stabbing for idiocy. Hugs and kisses, Isabella.
Storm Riders get really possessive about their hordes. She'll be tracking the scent of anything that got taken.
Looks like they're talking about a dragon. Kataranda?
Kataranda the Storm Rider. She's bad. She's real bad. Breathes lightning, like the Vincimer.
The Vincimer was kind of friendly, though.
Kataranda isn't. She is a bad dragon.
Bad, but it's level 30, and we're level 40. Get to the Ravani Coast. Alright. Where are we going? Right here? Wow. Not going too far. Herbs.
All right. I said we could talk about death magic. So, fine. Death magic.
Wonderful. What can I illuminate for you?
Ugh, I don't know. I usually try not to think about it.
Take your time.
We're talking about dragons after this.
Perhaps this lost treasure is in the wreckage nearby?
Gotcha. Nope.
Why do we melt that?
Okay.
Okay. Search the next beach. Okay. Oh.
Who wants some?
Hey, dude.
Fired upon!
Somehow worked on something.
Whenever you're ready.
Ooh.
Coming at range.
Careful! On your right! Run! Quickly!
Alright.
All clear.
Hey, touch silk. Nothing else here by the looks of it.
I have a death question.
Go on.
Why doesn't every spirit take over every corpse?
Normally, only a small trickle of spirits escape the fate, and not all of them possess the desire, the hunger for a body.
That's weird. Why not?
The mortal world is just as off-putting to some spirits as the Fade is to you, Tash.
Fade's fine. At least the spirits there don't get into bodies.
I mean, they don't really need bodies in the Fade. They got their own bodies there. Look at these little gator guys.
Kataranda threw that ship like a toy.
Looks like something took the treasure and buried it.
Griffin dig.
I see we've company.
Deep stalkers. We're on the surface. Does that just make them stalkers? Because they're not deep.
Good work, Rook!
Kazan, come. It's on. Diggy, diggy, hole.
Trouble.
Good shots.
Found the thing. Like. Big bird. Bird is like half my size.
What? It flew off with the treasure.
Dragons aren't the only ones who like to collect anything shiny.
True. Like me. Clinging morsel.
Perhaps we could leave the bird something else that shines in exchange.
We have to pay you? I feed you breadcrumbs every week.
Greedy bird.
Nope again.
Alright. Up and up and up and up. Alright.
Nope.
Whee. Nope, too high. Whee.
This is all of the treasure stolen from Kataranda.
Let's get to the beach where I lured the Vincimer. Plenty of open space for a good fight. And be ready with poisons. Lightning dragons are more sensitive to poison than most.
On like a optional step track there. What? Save. Start quest. Stealing from the wrong dragon's horde leads a Lord of Fortune to a shocking end. Similarly rating. Hello.
Everyone, get ready.
Wow. Dodged. I'm moving around so I can hit you.
You must get perfectly ferocious specimen.
Man. Water is like fast talk there. Somebody. Panic time.
This is my beach. Tarala.
Ready again.
All yours.
There we go. I made that one ready.
Rook needs a second.
Ouch. Oh shit. Oh shit. I did not have that time.
Got it.
far away.
Good fight!
Okay.
Good
Bleep, bloop.
fight! We just took
Oh,
down
Coin and
Deathstorm the
Company.
Storm Rider. We are drinking for free tonight.
And I believe there may be some treasure caught in her scales.
Yep. Storm Riders carry around bits of their hoard. I think maybe they get worried when it's not with them.
Monkeys. Cool fight, cool fight. The audacity. Unique broadsword. If you're close enough to cut them, who needs arrows? Each sword attack consumes an arrow and grants 50% bonus damage. Oh. My loot. Cataranda, the Storm Rider, finally defeated. Ravani's ships can sail safely again, and the storied treasure has been claimed. Go into that little tunnel yet?
Trouble coming our way. One for Rook. Get out of there! Go, Rook!
Is everyone intact?
Can't go there. That is. Like supposed to be up here. Yep, yep. All right. This unlocked yet? Nope. Probably take that on. Want to guess. That got us to that. Very nice. Shadow dragons. Them. Again, these guys up to. Wait. At Towar.
Greetings.
Any watchers or visitors are to report at once if they witness imbalances such as dream cycles or broken auras amongst the necropolis' sacred inhabitants.
Hi again.
Well met.
We bid you welcome.
Well met.
Okie dokie. Got a quest done. If there's any follow-ups. No. Alright. What's up?
From the sounds of it, Tosh, you're hunting Anton now.
What? Dragon King? Eh.
We know he's full of himself, declares himself a king. At least you took down the actual dragon.
Yep. The Fang Scorcher.
Both parts of that sound painful.
True.
You're right. She held such promise. I only wish, but wishing for the alternative, you'd find that naive.
Can't say it changes things. Can't change that you were friends once, either. And for that, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Nev.
You know. Got out here.
Two dragons down at the same time, though. Feels pretty good.
And like 2 dragon cents.
Long night?
I'm still getting used to the dream thing.
What was your dream about?
Tomatoes. Or maybe they were apples?
At least it wasn't the one where you show up to a job naked from the waist down.
Huh. Where did you put your extra knives?
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. Hello, Azan.
Hi there, boy.
That double nose boop going on. Let's go. All right. We're off to a good start. Let's go. No longer off to a good start. Ugh. You win this time, Manfred. Okay. Missives. Reading Kataranda. Rook and Tosh. I can't believe you defeated Kataranda herself. Soon as we stole her treasure, she was on our ship like deep stalkers on a nug. I tried my hexing spells, but it turns out dragons do not give one lyrium-infused crap about magical curses. I went overboard, washed up on the beach, and spent a week trying to get inland while dodging lightning like a seer who sassed a pride demon. Isabella says I'm lucky I didn't end up a scorch mark like Athelred. like Athelred. Can't believe I let him talk me into this. Hopefully it's the last time I take an ugly job because of a cute ass. Next time you drop by the hilt, ask for Fabs. That's how most people know me here. And drinks are on me, Sawyer of the Lords. Okay. Recommended levels 35 to 45. We're at the end of that. What do we want to bring? You. It is a dragon. It do be a dragon. But we want Lace because she has healing.
Eyes up, weapons ready.
Tomorrow. Hello.
There, it's been feeding on the blight. Destroy it before the corruption eats us alive!
Popped up pimple. But barely missed. Did you impress me thought?
Just like in the story.
I am not what I once was, but this place is mine, and I expect the worthy.
There's a bit where I have to solo the dragon. Got called down for dinner. BRB. Oop. I am back. Had burritos for dinner. Well, was out here philosophizing. I wonder if there's scholars whose specialization is reading through just like historical complaint letters. And I wonder which one is their favorite. Mine is the complaint tablet to Aya Nasir. That's some good shit right there. Good point. Burritos are a limited source of info. Anyways. Hello.
Got him ready for you.
Imagine learning everything about burritos. Thanks for tanking that. Friend.
Hitting us at range.
Couldn't see shit. Oh man, that just does like a
Loosen the lid
sixth
for you.
of its health.
Gotta move.
Ah. Like I'm just getting tossed around by this thing's fucking hitboxes, dude. Got him.
They're down.
Corruption staunched. The Evanura cease their gnawing. The crossroads heals. A sanctum renewed, dweller, as is needed.
And the body just disappears.
Can you imagine being able to turn into a dragon? Why would you ever turn back?
Good point. Imagine learning everything about burritos, old recipes and new, and what actually goes good with what and why. You could find the best burrito in the world, and who was the first, and who was the first to make and eat it. Imagine that. Imagine. The heart of corruption. When the team came face to face with a blighted dragon sent by the gods to corrupt the crossroads, they did not face it alone. A piece of Mythal's essence helped them defeat the monster. The caretaker is grateful that Elgar'nan and Gillian's most insidious influence has been cleansed. Didn't even level up from that. Making my head. I know, why would you turn back to a dragon because of food costs? But if you're a dragon, you don't have to pay for food. Checking to see if there's any items around here. Good. There's just a random flying rock. Several flying rocks. That's called theft. Who's gonna prosecute a dragon? Dragon's tears. Oh no, it was crying. A dragon's tear, the final trace of vigor, petrified in the last moment of self-mourning. Echoes of a dragon who refused to surrender to her affliction haunt the stone. The last resort. Each time you use an ability that hits an enemy, gain plus 20% damage and minus 20% to your resistances. This bonus is resent if you defend or dodge. This might makes right. You're assuming that there are dragon monarchs. Calm before the storm. I come here sometimes when I need to be myself. Not Solus's friend Philoson, not the slow arrow of the rebellion, just me. He hasn't been right since what happened with Mythal. He's planning something with the dagger. And if it were a good idea, he'd have told me. Damn it, Solus. I'm with you as long as we're protecting the innocent from the powerful, but you make it hard sometimes, Philoson. What this?
Fascinating. Unforeseen.
Final mysterious circle. A page torn out of a journal. I don't know how Taryn and I are still alive, but we shouldn't be. We'd been combing through old journals, missives, and anything that spoke of the air feeling greasy. That seems to be the sign of the mysterious circles, and even the broken ones. Had given off some of that same quality. We found what we were looking for in an old scouting report from Clan Sabre. They'd found a collapsed section of the deep roads that seemed to lead under the ocean, or at least they reported the smell of seawater. So Taryn and I went there. We got a little deeper than the Sabre scouts, and we found another of the circles. Then we saw them. They looked like a person, though oddly dressed. Gray robe, gray helmet, and a mask. Then they moved, fast. They were suddenly in front of me, and they were reaching out, but there was something wrong in their arm. It was changing, shifting. I fought ogres, demons, and more than one Templar, but I've never been so afraid, or so sure I was going to die I couldn't move. Karen saved me. She hit it with an arrow in the chest. It stumbled back, and that broke the spell. We ran, but we could feel it behind us, and it was getting bigger. We lost it. I still don't know how, but I'm not looking for these circles anymore. Let the past keep its secrets. Saris, first of Clan Ersale. Second circle. Final mysterious road. I notice. Ba, 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 ba. Speck. Mountains. Tosh Talks, Dragon Crossroads Revenant. Appearance. There wasn't enough of the original dragon for me to be sure of the breed. The lack of horns makes it more likely to be a cold breather. That wasn't her natural color. I've never heard of a dragon with iridescent green hide. The Rialto Green Tide has green bits, so do a few others. She was much more blighted than the blighted ones we fought in Hofsburg. The glowing warts were blight. They probably drove the changes, like that's how Gillenane made the changes to the dragons. Diet the blight? I don't know, ask Davrin. Behavior. The most messed up part of the dragon was how Gillenane changes actually worked. She looked weird, but she was healthier than the dragons at Hofsburg. I bet that those warts would have receded given time. Gillenane wasn't killing the dragon, she was changing her, and the dragon could breathe fire and cold and lightning. I've never seen a dragon that could do that. Not gonna volunteer to get changed by Gillenane, but breathing cold and lightning on top of fire would be pretty great. True. Yeah, pretty cool.
Who are you? Must not reveal. Must not alarm. Soon, though. Very soon.
This is... Where did this take me?
The deeper currents.
This takes me back to the beginning.
The voice is again.
Untold years asleep, only to see our sanctums defiled. Even Arlathan is trampled by cast-offs and mortals. We must secure the Alluvians.
We shall. The Ontom are uneasy in the crossroads, but they know their duty.
If they fail, give the best preserve to me for improvement.
Dead on, Tom. We're already on it.
Echoes. Echo, echo, echo. Cat. 100%. Can we do this? Travel to the lighthouse first.
Can't believe you found that book on old dragons.
I'd hoped you'd like it.
I do. But it's weird. The Storm Rider's wings are too short, and the Howler's claws are wrong.
I've read theories that nature changes living forms over generations.
Did a good job with the Howler. They've got way more teeth now.
Evolution is what it's called. Emmerich.
If Hassan bothers you while you're trying to rest, give him a firm no and lead him out of your room.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He needs to learn boundaries.
Absolutely.
You're letting him climb all over you, aren't you?
Oh, I can't resist that face.
One day you'll have a full-grown griffin sitting on your chest. Don't say I didn't warn you.
And on that day, Lace will die happy. Like, so will Rook.
I could use a trip outside the lighthouse. You know, clear my head.
Yeah?
So you and Spite are friends now? Can't say my money was on that one.
I would have lost that bet too.
If it lets you sleep at night. Unless this clears the way for new and different midnight brooding.
I wouldn't put it past me.
Well, you ever need a hopeless wall of clues to stare at until far too late, you know where to find me.
Hello. My son. Oop. I like how Hassan just kind of noses you back when you give him the hug. Very cute. Alright, we're off to a good start. Let's see. It'll carry forward. Damn. Alright. I win. Let's go.
You know, the one thing this place could use is a bakery.
Agreed.
If the lighthouse is feeling ambitious.
Bro. That would be pretty good. All right. New quests that have popped up. Ooh, damn, this one said full. Hold on. Lara's apparently going stir crazy. Wants out.
Nothing but top shelf stuff over here.
Very nice. Max rank. I'm broke. What is this? Extravagant plate. Plus 25% stagger duration, 25% takedown duration on takedown. Gain gold and glory. Polished, bold, and striking. What this armor lacks in anonymity, it makes up for in protection. Rust finery. By 50%. Parvalin throne. A replica of the Kunari Arashok's throne, as described by those who have seen it. Bloodstained journal. The invitation. Murmurs of an exiled crow crop up in taverns around Thedas, focusing either on their unrivaled romantic prowess or the ease with which they dispatch anyone brave enough to claim their contract. Zevran? Is that Zevran? Oh. That up. Go here. Oh, the dragon skull to these guys. They like skulls.
A fine day.
Greetings.
Three. I see.
Prepare for the...
Let me see. The different factions give different
Good.
strength points based off of the items you come.
That story about Warden Augustine and the spirit in the woods, is that real?
Did you hear it from him or someone else?
From him.
Well, then it's real.
What if he's lying?
Oh, Mila, how are things?
Good. How are things with you?
Good. Totally. Not at all uncomfortable talking to children.
Okay.
You're keeping busy.
3.
Finally got the rubble cleared.
Starting to feel like a proper outpost.
Have a look.
Alright, yeah, only the fuck were they called? Lords of Fortune. There we go. Jesus. Had get like 75 from it, but it's already maxed out, so.
Safe travels.
I want to break this. Good. 7, 8, 7, 9, 7, 7, 7. Veiny and proud. Outgoing peer. Child of the Stirred. Alright, no. Balara, because we're doing stuff with veil jumpers.
Strife, I got a tip there might be trouble here in Arlathan.
You're just in time. We've got a problem.
I was out with a scouting party, and we spotted the Venatori moving into the area.
They're being directed by Elganon or Gillenane. They have to be. The Grey Wardens warned us the gods were heading to Arlathan, but why bring the Venatori?
We don't know. That's where you come in.
Well, that sounds like trouble. How can I help?
Nip it in the bud. Don't let them stir up anything worse.
I'll give it a rough location where we sighted them, but you might have to search beyond that.
They want something, and we need to know what they're up to.
I'll find out what it is.
Feel free to take out as many of them as you can. This is our forest.
Deep Stalker spotted in Arlathan Forest by the old aqueduct. There is something strange about them. Do not approach. Okay. Where we going? Big old center.
This place makes the back of my eyes hurt.
This was the center of a war between Tevinter Magisters and ancient elves. Blood magic everywhere. The Magisters destroyed Arlathan City. That kind of magic leaves an impression.
Did they destroy it? Or did so was yeeted into the face and it became the Black City?
Venatori, Irilyn was right.
Let's kick him out.
Not who I wanted to attack, but okay.
That's the last of them.
Good. Now what were they doing out here?
Looks like they set up a camp.
Let's take a look. Not sure what this is. Balara?
It's Dalish. There's a Dalish camp nearby. If the Venatori hit them...
They could be in trouble.
Let's go. Now.
We're unlocking this section.
Balara, there's Venatori ahead.
Galadar, stay put. We'll take care of them.
Hurry! We need one of their veil jumpers to do it.
that guy just died. Back to the Veil Jumper.
Galadar, what's happening?
The Venatori are rounding up Dalish. I locked that barrier, but some of them already got through.
Hold on. Rounding up Dalish?
There are more Dalish inside the ruins. They were camped there.
All right. Get back to Strife and Irlin and let them know. Damn it. Still locked.
Rook, over the door there. Symbols.
I know.
Okay, let's get it unlocked.
That worked. Keep going.
There it is.
Well done.
How could they not figure that out?
Venatori plans are always twisted. They wouldn't come here at random. They want something.
Who says they don't have a reason? We have to get in there.
What do you want? Why are you attacking my people?
They're a bunch of losers. Orbiting Venatori main.
Job's done.
Not soon enough.
We still don't know what they're doing here. Let's keep looking around.
Chest. Time-tested trappings. Aravel. Kill the man there.
The bridge is out.
The other Veil Jumpers must have shut it down to keep the Venatori out. Has to be a power crystal around here.
What's in there? 20% penetration, critical versus enemies with high health. Melee critical hits ignore defense. Melee critical hits deal 30% of damage in an area around the target. Skelly hands, and some of those bones are floating. Reconstructed ruins.
Listen, hear that?
Someone's in trouble. Come on!
Trouble on the way.
I see them. We have to end this. Leave this camp alone. Come and try.
Yeah. There we go.
You'll have to go through me. These are my people.
Leave us alive. Fight. And bring them with us.
You leave now, or you might stay alive.
No, we won't.
None in return.
Sir, what are you doing? Trying to target that one on the cage.
There. No more taunting than that one.
Doesn't even look like you're capturing them. Kill it.
Now let's see what they've done with the Dalish.
electricity damage. Alright.
We'll get you out of there. Hang on.
More symbols, like before.
Shouldn't be hard.
This one. This one. This one.
All right, that did it. Let's see what she has to say.
It's okay, you're safe. I'm a veil jumper. What happened here?
That other veil jumper died making sure I was safe. She sealed the barrier before the Venatori could get me.
What about the rest of the Dalish?
They took everyone. Kidnapped them all.
Why? Where'd they go?
I don't know. Their leader said they need Dalish blood, some sort of sacrifice.
Sacrificed? Why am I not surprised?
This just got a whole lot worse. We need to figure out where the Venatori took them. Let's look around.
If they lay one finger on those prisoners...
Dead Venatori here. Nothing unusual, not much to go on. Well, doesn't look like the Venatori brought many supplies with them.
They must have a nest close by. We find it, maybe we find the Dalish.
Yeah, but where exactly? Let's keep looking around. Just some mud here. But it looks like there's some kind of glass here too.
Glass? Wait a second. There's a crater nearby. Thousands of years ago, blood magic destroyed that area. All that energy turned the sand to glass.
Over here.
And we know the Venatori didn't come very far.
They must have taken the Dalish to the crater.
Some papers here, but nothing useful. No mention of a location.
We got here as fast as we could.
It's bad. They're kidnapping Dalish to sacrifice them.
What?
You're serious?
This isn't over yet. We'll put a stop to it.
Where did they take the prisoners?
The lake. The old crater.
We have to do something.
We'll find them. But it'll take time to put together a rescue party.
Don't take too much time. We need to stop this.
We will.
Gonna immediately go there. Annihilation in Arlathon. Needed the Veil Jumpers to avert disaster. Got a bleep bloop. Took 600 Veil Strength. The Venatori have taken Dalish prisoners into Arlathon Crater, and the team must prepare a rescue mission before it's too late.
Let's head back to the lighthouse.
Rimbon.
We'll meet the Veil Jumpers there.
That was inaccessible. But what this? I missed something. Oh no. no. Alright. Or there we were. Yeah, we were. That was from Tasha's. Looks like there's out of way. Whoa. Come on, could have survived that. Let's be real. Skills. I leveled up. Oh. That one. Got us to max. Oh.
If you're in the market for instruments of dismemberment, just so happens I can help. Safe travels.
I'm too poor.
There are whispers from the levels below.
We shall find them. Arm yourselves. Victory.
That's 200. Convene with Belgium. God, everybody has fucking quests right now.
Tell me about Anaris.
He is the light, the hope of Elvenan, the bringer of...
Tell me about the war against the Evenuris.
Even now, the armies of Anaris wage a glorious war against the...
Tell me about the armies.
The chosen of Elvenan, made pure and stripped of their want to serve the great Anaris.
So demons. He made an army of demons. Damn it, Syrian. What have you done? Oh, Rook.
I can just be like, hey.
What's going on?
I'm trying to find out why Syrian would help Anaris. It just gets worse. Harder to understand. Now he wants to meet. Syrian, I mean, to explain himself.
It's kind of hard to explain turning people into demons.
I know. Talking to him again, knowing what I know, it's hard. Beyond hard. And that's if this isn't all a big trap.
Listen to your gut. Would he really try to lure you into a trap?
I would have said no before all of this. The Syrian I know cared. Loved his people more than anything. He kept me grounded, focused, made sure I was okay. And I took care of him, protected him because I loved my little brother and I owed him. But what he is now, who he is now, I don't know. I'd hoped the archive would make it easy. Tell me it was a misunderstanding. But Anaris is evil, full stop. And if my brother's working with him,
Syrian must be working with him for a reason.
I'd like to believe that. It'd make this easier. When I thought he died, it almost broke me. I don't know if I can do that again.
So what are you going to do?
Meet with him.
Are you okay with that?
No, but I need to talk to him. Convince him he's wrong.
And if that doesn't work?
Will you come with me?
Of course.
Thanks, Rook. Really. Just tell me when you're ready.
Hummingbirds lament. Hello.
There's something I need to do back home.
Everything all right?
Yeah, just chasing Aelia. It brings a lot up. If you're around, maybe. I'd take the company.
Sure thing, Nev.
That was quick. Keep a light on.
Tosh, are you alright? You're limping.
I'm not.
Okay, that was an exaggeration, but you're favoring your left...
Oh, right. Yeah. Bruised toe.
Ah.
It's fine. How did you even notice? What? Were you looking at my legs?
Tosh, you're twice my height. From where I stand, you're all legs.
Flirting?
They come together eventually.
You're flirting.
Good, you're here.
What happened?
A note from Viago.
Ilario's making his move?
A big one. He's hosting all the talents of the crows at Katarina's villa.
That sounds like a plot to kill all of the crows.
That means the finest wine and an even finer banquet.
If Iago's nearby, assume it's poisoned. We have to do this carefully. Ilario has to be expecting us.
You think he knows that we know about him and Elganon?
He wouldn't be avoiding us otherwise. Be ready for a trap.
I always am.
Nodders. A murder of crows.
Hey, Rook. Have time for something outside the lighthouse?
Yeah.
I was going to head to Arlithan with the sun. See a real sky again. I was hoping you'd keep me company.
The palate of a griffin. I mean, we already know Hassan likes ruffles.
Hi there, boy.
Bad. The nose poop. Yeah. Well, almost fell into the void. Ties. Alright, there we go. 2 wins. And 2-1. Hey, I win. Go. I'm talking about.
Rook, always a pleasure.
Others. Okay. Devs. Bring Lucanus. So that they can. Wait, Argnev at the Wall of Light. That is the entry. More candle hops, right?
I really got nothing for you.
You to remember the fallen? Allow me. The lights are magical and require a mage's touch.
A light for Hector, for Lorelei, for all shadow dragons.
Those we have lost. Those we may still lose.
For the fallen of Minrathous.
In the long hours of the night, when hope has abandoned me, I will see the stars and know your light remains.
May you shine bright in our memory.
Always cherished.
Never forgotten.
Here is blighted. Alright, meet Nev at the Wall of Light. Nev has a personal errand in Docktown, but she wouldn't mind the company.
The Minrathous Wall of Light.
These lights, they're to remember the dead?
Unless the family lacks mages to keep them lit, or the money for one, then you're left in the dark to Vintir's subtlety. This was Brahms.
Rana's old partner.
His light was out when I got here. I should have been back sooner.
You're here now. That counts.
Not till I finish this. I'm stopping Aelia.
Looks like we had the same idea.
Rana.
He read serials between assignments. Romance. The last one ended on a cliffhanger. He was sure he knew the ending. I never checked if he was right.
He'd have liked our friend Bellara. She loves those things. Although she expects happy endings.
So did he. At least on the page.
Better chance there than here.
You're not the only one chasing Aelia. I've tracked some of her followers. They aren't quick to talk. Most said I'd be saved soon. But I did get the name of a place. Sanctum Lucican.
Ominous formal name. Tied to Elganon. Off to a good start.
You forgot the catch.
It's an old temple. A lost one. If there's a record of its location, I can't find it.
It's more than we had. I can track this down.
And you'll tell me? Look, I know who else you work with, what they might suggest, but what are you going to do?
What it takes.
Things are bad, but Docktown needs to see...
What? Venatori overrunning their home? Taking away who and what we love?
They see you, Nev.
Is that all? We're running out of choices, Rana. We need to take the ones left.
Brom's light. Thanks.
Sure.
For Brom, who tried to help. That mattered. Coming the wall of life for those lost to us. The Viper's gone again. One quest done.
know how that is.
How does it feel using they? Have you told your mother? When are you telling your mother?
Always when you're trying not to think about your feelings.
Right? Talking just makes me more sad.
Too much talking. Kill instead.
Yes, exactly. Wait, was that you or Spite?
I think in this case, he speaks for both of us.
Worrying. This is just a little bit of a murder hobo.
I wonder if I'll get to see Kalsharak one day. Wouldn't that be great?
We've only seen an outpost of it.
Another day.
I must say, of all our theories throughout the ages, no one thought ancient elves came from spirits was very likely.
Wait, the Mornwatch knew?
Not at all. It was only one proposition amongst thousands, and not well credited.
You could write a paper for the Watchers, or both of us could.
What a wonderful idea. Though we'll have some difficulty citing our sources.
Right, I guess Solus's memories are technically a diary?
True. That would complicate things. Be like, so we got these murals.
Felt good to get rid of those dragons. Everything in them was eaten up by blight.
Yeah. Hammers. Those little hammers up there.
I wish I could get moving.
Okay. Which of these seem like they're not going to take up like a ton of time? You know? Might as well just bring both of them. Okay. Oh, tavern, relax.
Strife wants everyone on the rescue mission to Arlithan Crater.
We'll have to reduce patrols. Tell Vel jumpers to pull back.
Do it.
Do it. Oh, that was like some heart or whatever. Our conversation. Lara intends to convince her brother to leave Anaris' service. He could use some support. I don't think he can leave.
But Lara, you came. I am surprised.
I almost didn't. With everything that happened, I didn't want to. But you're my brother. Still, even with all of that.
And I'm here.
Did you come? Alone?
Yes.
Though you didn't.
Not after what happened to Hamuel, to Ynarl, the others.
The ritual should have granted them purity, strength. That it did not. That is my failure. I was not worthy. I will do better. I must do better. For Ernaris. For our people.
The people Inaris killed and turned into demons with that ritual.
He's willing to do whatever he must to save us. To make the hard choices. The Evanuris. Soulless. They would sacrifice us to their ends.
He's a warlord. That's all he is, all he ever was.
So said the Evanuris. But the victors write the histories. He fought to make our people great. And the Evanuris fought to keep them in fetters. He showed me the world as it once was, as it could be again.
How many elves had to die to get there?
Greatness requires sacrifice.
No, that's not the Syrian I know. He's influencing you through the mask, poisoning your thoughts.
My thoughts remain my own, Balara. Why can you not accept that I chose this willingly? Through this mask, I feel what he feels. When he thinks of our people rising once more, have you ever felt the warmth of a god's happiness or the cold bite of their fear?
What is it he's afraid of then?
I'm not sure, but it haunts him, consumes his thoughts. I must help him. Help us. To face whatever it is.
So he hasn't told you what it is he's afraid of?
No, but no doubt he keeps it from me for good reason.
More people will die if you keep helping him.
More of our people, Syrian. You have to see that. This isn't you. Not the real you. You were my anchor, Syrian. You kept me grounded. When my thoughts lied to me, you always told me the same thing. Do you remember? Trust your heart, Boris Shivan. It's a good heart, and it'll never lie to you. So why won't you trust it now?
I must do what I must.
Me too.
We're gonna have to stop them. Him.
I know. Come on. You've got work to do.
Compass. Alright, level 8. Oop. Alright, Spirit Shield. Activation. If you have low health, you gain invulnerable. You gain immovable through replenish. Its duration is increased by 50%. Shocked. We go here. Can't just jump up there.
On your right!
There we go.
So you met a god in the flesh. How are you feeling about it?
Well, our gods, technically. It's a little weird. More than a little, but honestly, it makes things easier.
How do you mean?
Well, they're real, but also, they're pretty evil and don't seem to care much about prayers. So it's suddenly very not complicated, you know?
Whatever keeps things simple.
Our conversation. Davrin's idea of a relaxing picnic in Arlethon Forest goes slightly awry thanks to a culinary mishap. Spoilers.
A romantic picnic, huh? This is a surprise.
Evka and Antoine's doing. They told me after all the wardens have been through, and what's ahead, I should take a break.
I'm surprised you actually listened.
You know how sad Antoine can look?
So, what did you pack for the picnic?
Emmerich helped me brew a ginger wort truffle tea. I thought we'd see what all the fuss is about.
Mushroom tea? Disgusting.
I'm happy you're getting a chance to unwind, Davrin.
I was thinking the same about you.
Me?
You take on a lot, Rook. If I can take your mind off it for an afternoon, I'll be a happy man.
Aw.
That's not bad.
It's gingery, but also garlic. Hints of mushroom, something else. Well, I've never eaten a worm, but well, yeah, it is a little earthy. Wait, what? There, Davrin.
What?
I'm to go crazy.
Someone just talk to me.
Huh? What did he say?
No,
I'm
not
learning
that.
Griffin.
What you said before.
Emmerich said ginger wort might have some kind of magical properties.
More than might.
Maybe it affects some people more than others. You all right, Rook?
Worms.
Oh, I think that whatever this is will pass.
And I thought this would be a break.
It's the company that's important. I always relax better with you around.
I feel the same way.
Then it's a strange picnic, but a good date.
Get this Griffin some worms. Somebody, please. Nug. Off to see the Nug King. Yeah. Who cares?
Oh, hey, Rook.
What are you working on?
Oh, it's part of that artifact, you know, from the ritual. I wanted to see how they did what they did, what it meant. Tried asking that thing, it won't tell me.
The knowledge of the great Anaris is...
A theme! Least I figured that out. How to make it go away, I mean. Damn it! We were getting through to Syrian. He almost listened.
He was listening to you, Balara, because you're his sister.
He was my brother. My only brother. And just for a moment, he was my brother again. Then he wasn't. Then he was a person I might need to... I don't think I can, Rook. Do that.
This stuff's never easy. And it never should be. You become Anaris when the hard choices don't hurt anymore.
I want to believe, to hope, that it won't come to that. And that we get through to him, somehow.
I really hope you're right.
Well, either way, we'll be able to find them.
How?
Oh, I didn't tell you. Right. The artifact. Couldn't figure out how it did it. Made those demons, I mean. But I attuned its resonance, and I'll know where they are next time, before they finish. So we can stop them. However we have to.
We'll save your brother, Balara.
I hope you're right. I really do. But if we don't... Anyway, I should get back. To work, I mean. I don't think we have much time.
We going anywhere? I'm getting stiff sitting around.
Nope. Well, maybe.
Rook, up for a quick trip? I figured it'd be good to check in with Epka. See how the Wardens are doing.
Sure. Hope on the wing.
Hey, Lucanus, are there non-binary crows?
Sure. Lots of them.
Do they still get capes?
Of course. Why wouldn't they get capes?
Yeah, why wouldn't they?
I don't know. People do stupid gender stuff. Only men can wear this, only women wear that.
Not in Antiva. The only rule is that you must have style.
Good.
Stop. Gotta be cool and feathery. That's all they care about.
Emmerich, when you catch up to Hesenkast, just know where your exits are. Sometimes you think you've got someone backed into a corner, and you find yourself there instead.
Speaking from experience?
Too much of it.
I'm sorry. And the advice is well taken.
So polite. Okay. Open the wing, murder of crows. Open the wing. Seems less final. Bam. And... wings. Here for Lucanus.
We'll practice form next.
Mila, did you record the... Got something in mind? Heading out? Mila, you hear warden gossip. Are there any wyverns out there?
Not here. I wish I could see one, though.
Me too.
Just wants to see some lesser dragons. Gavin checks in with Evka on the state of the wardens in Habsburg and learns her thoughts on the Griffins.
Evka, any word out of the deep roads?
Not yet. We're kicking at rocks looking for Isaiah. Anyone who knows anything about...
Griffins? Aerials of the Grey Wardens? They went extinct during the Exalted Age.
Hassan says hello.
That sounded more like he's hungry.
Means he likes you. Same thing.
It's all the same to him.
Been trying to teach him new words, and feed me is his favorite.
Can I ride him?
Let's give him a few years to grow. How's his training, Davrin?
Better than I hoped. We're starting to see eye to eye. Hoping it'll make it easier with his brothers and sisters when we find them.
There's more?
A whole family?
Can't wait to have them with us. After Weishaupt, the wardens need hope. Something real, something... pure. Having the Griffins at our side would be like old friends coming home.
They weren't always treated like friends.
I know. What Isaiah did won't be forgotten.
What happened?
Let's just say the wardens didn't always take good care of them.
A mistake we'll never repeat. Hassan and the others will be treated like respected warriors. We'll rebuild together.
It's gonna take a lot of bribery. Better stock up on their snacks.
I can feed them.
We might just take you up on that.
And my dad can forge griffin armor.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hear that, Hassan? You'll always have a home with us. Let me know how it goes finding the rest of the flock, or pride, or...
How about Feather Brigade? We'll stay in touch.
Feather Brigade. Davrin approves.
I ran into the tailor. She said you were a big help.
It wasn't that hard, and Leah knows all about this place.
You like Lavendale?
Yeah, it's different, but interesting.
Checking the map. So many conversations in.
I heard a strange thing, Emmerich.
It's
Rook,
simply
what
not
is
true
this
that
pose
Manfred's
you've
doing my
stopped
laundry.
in?
He's got tangled in a bedsheet, and Tosh mistook that for...
Not that. I heard you're preparing for some big necromancy rite.
How did you know?
You talk out loud to yourself a lot, Emmerich.
Ah, oh dear. The rite is a difficult, delicate thing. I promise to explain it if I succeed.
I get you. Good luck.
He wants to become a lich. things.
Rook! Hi! Hey!
Hello.
Do you have any nicknames?
There's Slick, but that's just barracks. Papers call me all sorts of things. So do the Venatori when I'm doing my job right. For the most part, I prefer Nev.
Lucanus, have you ever had a dream where you forgot you had a job to do?
And you only remember it at the last moment, all the time.
And then you go to do the job, and your teeth fall out.
For me, it's always, and then I left my boots in Treviso somehow.
Yeah, you can't do the job without the boots. Or the teeth. Or bring with Nev, so that we can ship. Treviso, Canal District.
No one here to greet us.
They've gone to the villa without us. Come on.
Did Ilario even offer any bait? And what is this party supposed to be for?
Viago's invitation said they would celebrate the new first talent and discuss the situation in Treviso. It doesn't matter what my cousin thinks he's doing. It ends now. We go in, find Katerina, and we'll have the perfect shot at Ilario.
So we're paying a visit to your family home, then?
We are, but we're not exactly on the guest list.
You don't think Ilario is expecting you? Just a little?
We'll take the rooftops to the villa. Stay out of sight as long as possible. Trouble ahead. We move on your word. Kill them before they can warn the others.
We're under attack!
Damn.
Whoa, look at that.
Follow me. Everyone all right?
Will I finally be able to get whatever this chest is?
So we can't go straight to the house.
There's no way Ilario will let me through the door. He fears us. Good. He should.
make sure I murder all of the barrels and crates. Find stuff like that. Do so.
Rook, you see that tower with the circular window?
That's where we're going?
It's the quickest way there. After you.
Other side.
How far is it to Ilaria's party?
The opera is... it's... you know, across the grounds. In the guest house.
Why does such a big house need a second house?
For guests.
Rich people. Balanced epee. This way, guys. Oh.
Just wait for the signal. It shouldn't be much longer.
It's gonna be inadvertently feeling like a venatory trap just on the way there. Hello? Right way? No. Oh.
We're under attack!
That stink of blood magic of her, the jailer. Zara is dead. The Venatori should be long gone. They hurt us. They will suffer.
We hail the gods!
Behind
They're at range.
Strike again, faithful.
Oh. Held on to that with like the very tips of my fingers. Oh.
A city under Arnhem occupation and the Venatori are hanging around. Why?
I don't think they're here to see the sights.
Yeah, no shit. Oh, these crows. Didn't even jump that. Oh, oh, where am I going? What am I doing? Oh. In entering, don't mind me. Feel like really high here.
Do you ever go anywhere in this town by the streets, or is it always through a window and across a clothesline?
The streets of Treviso get more dangerous by the day.
That's to say, always by the rooftop, street, and clothing line. That's what that meant. Good Corvus.
You know how this is going to end, right?
He will suffer for what he's done. That's the deal.
Actually was. Brass. Bandit. Oh, they're also just...
Over there. That's Villa de la Morte.
Fancy.
Once we're through the tower, we just need to reach the river.
Man. All this bird poop. So many things.
There! It's Rook! Our god demands their heads. Kill them all, and make an offering to Lusican. You will not rob us of this alliance.
Stop failing, fool!
There we go.
They're at range!
We die for the god.
Strike again, faithful.
To the right. We're under fire. Look out!
We need to close in.
Nev, you are fantastic. Alliance.
that's gonna end badly.
For him.
Ilario kills Zara. Now her Venatori answer to him following the power.
They don't give a damn about Ilario. It's Antiva they want.
No. Nope. Oh, these burbs. Oh. Is it just... Boink. Even blade kit. Infliction on an enemy also reduces their defense by 10%. Free lunch voucher? Oh, hell yeah. Let's go.
There. We can take that gondola.
We go under the bridge.
We aren't going in through a sewer, are we?
No sewers in Treviso. The streets are barely above water as it is. There's a hidden escape route. That's our way inside.
Makes sense. Oh, you can see the little boat in the mini map.
Over there. That's the entrance.
Your house has a secret escape route, and Ilario didn't post a guard on it?
Ilario doesn't know it's here.
Why not?
Katerina didn't even tell me about it. I found it playing here alone as a boy.
What the?
He let them into the house. Now I'll have to get the whole thing cleaned.
Yeah. Relesian masterwork linen. Nature guards his deepest blues in a sheen of wings and dark water. When a crow cannot suffer the common drab of shadow, only the finest Relesian linens will serve. Only your finest linens. this overlapping map going on. Hello? Why was that one Venatori there? Where were the other? Yeah. I don't know how I missed that.
How much trouble can one old woman possibly be? Kill them for the glory of Tavinta reborn!
Stuck behind the table.
Look left!
They mentioned an old woman.
Katerina.
Katerina must be a difficult prisoner.
The Northern everywhere. The Northern, a small triangular loot ubiquitous to those of a certain age across Antiva. More available than popular, the sole desire was music in as many hands as possible. Many bards as possible. Who cares about how well trained they are in the musical arts?
And here we are. Welcome to Villa de la Morte.
Whew. No wonder Ilario wants to inherit.
Home? Smells like dust and linseed oil. Don't say that when Katerina is in earshot.
Covert leathers. Just mages. And I'll loot this place. House business. See that all matters relating to the accounts are sent through me. As much as we may wish for her guiding hand and not mine, I will not see my grandmother's house fall to ruin, Ilario. You're the one bringing it to ruin, bro. I could probably open side. What is the point? Folk art, Rocking Griffin. Rocking Griffins are popular with children who like to pretend to be wardens of old. This crude version is branded TR to market the mark of an unknown but well-traveled, self-taught maker. Alright.
Hey!
Hi. Unstoppable executioner, right? Mask of the First House. Every crow house contributed a feather to this delicate mask, or so it is claimed. One feather, one house, has been removed, a single drop of blood marking the absence. Like a little balcony just for playing chess. Rich people do.
Who goes there? Last person you will ever see.
They've made themselves comfortable, but we'll get them out.
Alright.
So you lived here?
Ilario and I both did, until we were 18.
What about your parents?
Killed by a rival house. We would have ended up with Katerina anyway, to train.
Mask of Torrenti. Blight Ender. A symbol of how crows always make their point, if not the kill. Wardens drive the last blade, but ask Andorol's secretly severed tendons to whom the contract is owed. Grabbing some quick. Grabbing my phone real quick. Was charging.
Be ready.
You hold!
Rook safe.
No Venatori leave this house alive.
Plan.
Say the word.
The word? Butcher's Screw. Vulnerability to necrotic damage is increased by 50%. I have so many large empty rooms. Mask of all talents. A mask of vengeance, a mirror to the sorrow we screamed at the world when we revealed our talons and made their will known. Before contracts, killing was the message.
Stop!
Stop, he says. What you doing, buddy?
Everyone still alive?
No, I am deceased. Knew this would be a shortcut.
They're close.
Intruders!
This is my house.
Mask of the Last Talon. This mark is itself a standing contract to be worn by the last crew. Striped, sharp, and golden, it is the last message the crows will send should Antiva fall.
Got through that.
Family tree. A long line of Delamorte family members, Lucanus' name has been crossed out and replaced with an angry scrawl. Demon. Huh. Interesting artwork.
What was it like, training under the first Talon?
Torture. Katerina was hard on us because she wanted us to leave.
You don't resent her.
Not anymore.
Anymore? Yes. Is that he did?
Hey!
Hey.
Ready if you are.
Just exploded that man onto this. I goddamn. He just came by to say hello, and we exploded him. Fervid calling mask. 15% light damage, light attack damage, plus 50% damage versus health, plus 50% light attack relative to Antivan Crow's strength, allied strength. Light attacks no longer lose effectiveness versus armor and barrier.
The family rooms are up ahead. First her, and then we find what we seek.
The power of the gods themselves is at our command, and we're thwarted by a door?
As with any good D&D party.
Ready when you are. Time to die! The door's been barred from the inside.
So we bust down the door and get attacked, probably?
Which is why I'll go first.
Oh, what's in here? Letter from younger days. Lucanus, trust me, take this contract and we'll be the toaster Treviso. Would I lead you astray? But I can imagine your face at that question. A better question then. Would you truly leave me to my own devices? What would I do without you? Come, cousin. It will be just like last summer. I'll buy the wine afterwards, Ilario. The heartstrings. And heathen luthiers build strong and heavy. For our songs are pride beyond maps or kings, and the difference between celebration and riot is how free we wish to be. I wonder if this was Ilario's room, or maybe Lucanus's. Save. Knock knock. The mages just...
Katerina. Lucanus. My poor boy.
I'd love to celebrate this touching family reunion with you both, but now might not be the best time. We have Ilario's celebration to deal with.
Rook, we have to take Katerina to safety before we can break up the party.
You'll do no such thing. And don't speak about me as if I'm not here. There's no time for heroic nonsense.
Heroic nonsense saved your grandson and is rescuing you now. I won't let Ilario do more damage.
Go! I'll meet you in the Opera House.
I hope she can keep herself safe.
Welcome to House de la Morte, Rook.
Do I get to go to the room? Okay, good. What this? Burrow business. An old piece of correspondence recently crumpled. We will not bicker like children. Where a blade is poised to strike, we will press it through the vein. Where a goblet has been poured, we will lace it through with poison. The talons will act as one on this matter, and Antiva will be free. Katerina.
Do you have a plan to deal with Ilario? Lucanus.
I'm working on it. He is ours. He will not escape us.
Onto the trellises. being silly. I feel like it's gonna turn into boss fight area. Something. Just giving them vibes, you know? Yeah, you. A lot of nothing here. On one thing. And it looks like an egg. Well, there was one whole thing. Very pretty garden though. That light coming.
This is it. Get ready.
You have a plan now, right?
Knives are involved.
That is to say no. He does not have a plan, Rook. His plan is stab. Oh, and these are like spotlight.
Katerina's death was a tragedy. But to get Lucanus back from the dead, only to lose him to a demon. For me, that is a deep, personal loss. And so, I take the mantle of First Talon with a heavy heart.
Uh-huh.
But the crows could rise from the ashes. With our new allies, the Venatori, we could reclaim Antiva over my dead body. That can be arranged. Cannot overpower us both. Now you fall. Venatori,
to me. Honor your alliance. Now, the demon of Virantium is here. You shouldn't stay there, Canis. All of this is on your head. You started this. I'm ending. Behind you. Get clear.
I like how we're just giving a good old show for the crows right now. They're just like up there cheering.
Look at you, Lucaris. An abomination. You used to be somebody. And you never were.
Got things ready.
Hey, buddy.
Since when do you... You need backup, cousin. You've gotten soft.
You're in for a surprise, Ilario.
Take that, traitor.
What's on here?
I feel it. Save a little for the rest of us, Rook.
No.
I will save Antiva from the Anta. You're just standing in my way. I know the kinds of deals you can make with demons. This is not one.
Oh, there it is.
Rook, fall back. Leave Ilario to me. Why couldn't you have just died when you were supposed to? Next time, use your own knife.
Now it's your turn.
Buddy.
He's not putting up much of a fight, is he?
Lives are forfeit. Move. Sorry, Rook. Nothing personal.
Teleports behind you. Literally what he did.
What are you waiting for, cousin? Finish what you start. I already did. What am I ever going to do that is worse than this? On your knees, in front of every house.
Get up, Ilario.
Katerina, thank the Maker.
No one from House de la Morte kneels.
Mierda. What am I supposed to do with this idiot?
Okay. His actions are unforgivable. Ilario will be imprisoned. Ilario will be forgiven. I guess that is more like kind of giving in to spite a bit, I guess. I mean, not my place to judge. This is a crow matter. Be a good boy. Be nice.
Didn't you tell me he's basically your brother and your closest childhood friend?
My only friend before you. His family.
Do you think you can show me mercy? That is not up to you now, is it? Katerina is still first Talon.
Enough, Hilario. Lucanis is the new first Talon. His decision stands.
Iago, keep him out of trouble.
I'm no miracle worker, but I'll see what I can do.
Lucanis.
Don't. Not now.
Welcome home, my boy.
My boy. And they're all poisoned. They all die.
To Lucanis!
The game ends. Credits roll. Aw, they gave us a little treasure chest. How nice of them. Legendary. Oh, you have maximum momentum. You do not spend arrows while using ranged attacks. Alright. Anything else here? No.
Shall we make a discreet exit?
Are we able to do that with all these people here?
I'm ready. But are you sure? They're celebrating you.
I have other plans for the evening.
Which are?
Really? You came all the way back here for coffee? The stuff in your villa wasn't good enough?
It's better if I make it myself. And I wanted some quiet.
So, first Talon of the Crows, huh? Does that mean you'll be leaving us?
No. We have a contract. Besides, she may have stepped down, but there's no stopping Katerina from giving all the orders. I still cannot believe she did that.
Are you holding up okay? After, you know, Ilario and your grandmother and everything?
I wouldn't call it okay, exactly. Fucking Ilario.
Do you regret giving him a chance?
No. You were right. His family. I didn't suspect him. When the Venatori caught me on the boat in Tevinter, it never even crossed my mind. He's better than I thought. Maybe there's hope for him after all. But this, being watched by all the crows with their knives out, this wasn't mercy. He'll never live this down. There's nowhere he could go to outrun being the traitor crow, brought down in front of everyone.
I was surprised you spared him at all, really.
So was I. But I don't have a lot to lose. What there is, Ilario, Katerina, Nev. This team. I'm not giving that up.
Right on. Alright, quest complete. A murder of crows. As Ilario declared himself first Talon and prepared to hand the crows over to the Venatori, Lucanus burst in and challenged him. The cousins battled it out before an audience of crows, and when Lucanus stood triumphant, he offered Ilario a second chance, under watchful eyes and poisoned daggers. Blood ties. Blood runs thicker than wine, and a shattered family may be rebuilt. House de la Morte stands strong. Oh, there's an ad break happening soon. We're about to end anyways. Hero of the Veilguard. Your support has allowed Lucanus to face his inner demons and protect what matters most. Demon of Rebellion. Renowned assassin and mage killer, Lucanus' presence emboldens his companions and allows their targets little concentration to protect themselves. Rose Poise. A proud but practical suit for a Talon who knows that a life saved can be more valuable than a life ended. Detonating an overwhelmed enemy detonates another nearby overwhelmed enemy. 30 seconds cooldown. Enemies near the second detonation become vulnerable to necrotic damage. See what it looks like. And is another companion with a finished storyline. Canis. Feathery. Okay. Essence Gift, when activated, also grants Deflect. When activated, grants Precision. Where's the next impact received? That one. The resistance is increased by 10%. The party's barrier damage is increased by 25%. What does your thing do? Heart of the Titan. Soothing Potion's cooldown duration is reduced by 15%. Parting's detonation damage is increased by 25%. You and your other companions gain bonus 20% damage and 15% cooldown reductions. That's pretty good. Demon of Treviso. Vainy and proud. Oh, he's like almost. Like he's so close to reaching level 9. But I see that level 10 basically gives you enough to max out 3 skills. I notice. Well. We're just this late here.
Hey, Rook. If you ever want to skip stones and pretend it clears your mind, you know where to find me.
But you only pretended that it helped you.
I hope losing 2 more dragons keeps Gillenane worried and distracted.
2. Oh, wait. Lucanus' room change. Tea stain note. How fascinating. When I tried it, I wasn't affected at all, Emmerich. Me neither, but for safety's sake, I'm getting rid of all the gingerwort tea. Leave it for the griffins, Davern. It looks the same. Anything, there might just be more food in here. I don't know. here. Huh.
Hey, Rook.
Hi. Oh, we're upstairs.
I'm sorry your brother has an elven god in his head.
Sort of. Thanks. I'm sorry. I shouldn't make it anyone else's problem.
That's Vashadan.
What?
It means garbage.
Okay. Yes, context clues help there. But what do you mean, garbage?
He's your brother. He's family. Nobody twists you up like family. Your head's twisted up enough already. So don't do it alone. Let us help with your brother.
Thank you. That's... I don't know what to say. It's very nice. Twisted up. That... Huh. Yeah.
Can't jump. Can't jump over.
There's still so much to discover here.
Not really. I've 100% at this map.
Are you doing all right, Rook?
Don't forget to take a break.
Whatever, old man. Alright. Oops. Let's win. Go. Tie. Two wins. Let's go. Oh, yeah. I think he did nothing but choose paper for that one. What a good lad. Alright. We, however... now save 21 for some reason. But we are getting into here for today.